Supercomputers exist to help us solve really difficult problems. They're nearly impossible to solve with the traditional pen and paper, and even in some cases, difficult or impossible to solve with even a capable desktop computer. And so that's where supercomputers come into play. I'm Bradley Morgan. I'm an IT specialist for the Office of Information Technology at Auburn, and I'm also a PhD student at College of Engineering, Computer Science. Parallel computing basically takes big, complex problems and breaks them down into smaller parts, and then each part is calculated and arrives on a solution or an answer. So one of the ways supercomputers solve problems that are good for parallel processing is to use a software called MPI. MPI is short for the Message Passing Interface, and what it does is it defines a standard basically for computers to talk to one another. So what we've looked at is adding something called persistence to non-blocking collective operations. In a non-blocking operation, you have to create this thing called a request object. And what that request object does is sort of sits in the background and monitors that communication that happens. Once a message is sent and then received and processed, the request can keep track of the status of that operation. Unfortunately, when you use non-blocking operations, that request object has to be created every time you use it. So what we've done with persistence is we've come up with a way to create that request object one time and then reuse it over and over. And so it's a way to basically improve the memory management of the program. And it's a simple concept, but it's one that hasn't been available until now.